Reincarnated, I'm a stargazer. Life goes on, honey, all my babies. Looking for the broccoli, I keep a horn on me, that could my seat. I keep ownership, the blueprint is by me. Never get off, I get off at my feet. Like you nigga couldn't try me in a tri-state. Money pass, that I give him splash. Down south, know me spook town, eyes violated. I got the money and the power, won't gyrate. I look good, get the fuck out my face. Look good, but she don't got no ties. I walked in, walked out with the side. Jumping off the chain like what's the business?
Okay, bitches, it's MacBoy Fly in the pitch. It's the business.
I'ma pull up with the yay like what's the business? Eating lunch with the blood like what's the business? AR double drum like what's the business? What's the business? What's the business? What's the business?
Hey, what's the business? What's the business? What's the business?
What's the business? What's the business?
Hey.
What's the business? What's the business? What's the business?
Let me pause real quick. Y'all can hear me, right? Can y'all hear me? I want to make sure I can be heard. I don't want to keep doing it and y'all can't hear me. Okay, awesome. Okay, good. Okay, let me start over. I just want to make sure you know how I do.
Lil' B on the track, boy.
What's the business? What's the business? J-Fly. Phone jumping off the chain like what's the business?
Okay, bitches, it's MacBoy Fly in this ditch. What's the business?
I'ma pull up with the yay like what's the business? Eating lunch with the blood like what's the business?
MacBoy Fly needs to fry. That's the business.
AR double drum like what's the business? 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 Catch me sliding to the trap like what's the business?
Big hair baby bitch, that's the business.
Grounded trying to make a stack like what's the business? I'ma pull up on you like what's the business?
I'm a cave dwelling bitch, so you know that's the business.
She gon' give it to the kid like what's the business? 30 shots in the clip like what's the business?
Scabies ate my hairline. You see I'm going to November, that's the business.
You don't gotta choose it like what's the business?
Hey!
All my niggas on the job, what's the business? Tryna rob and you get dropped, what's the business?
My booty never rests in the pokey, that's the business.
What walking stain, what's the business? I'ma hit your chest brain, what's the business? We be running through a block like what's the business?
My kids are just like me without a daddy, that's the business.
100 shots for a op like what's the business?
Gang, gang.
Phone jumping off the chain like what's the business? I'ma pull up with the yay like what's the business? Eating lunch with the blood like what's the business? AR double drum like what's the business? 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 Bro say he need them pounds. What's the business?
I hope I crash. Boy, I can't talk. I need to crash head first into a short bus. That's the business.
Hit my line when I'm in town. Like what's the business? Heard they claiming it's a drop. Like what's the business?
I hope my kids get a new stepdad to beat their ass. That's the business.
I'ma bring them round them out. Like what's the business? Killing overblow. Like what's the business?
I'm a bag of laundry built bitch. That's the business.
Killing for these hoes. Like what's the business?
Brush the space for my missing side tooth. That's the business.
Never leave without that pole. Like what's the business? Blowing Cali out the door. What's the business?
I'm a mental child and a pedo. That's the business.
Stupid link on the cane. What's the business?
Wanna freak pussy pink. That's the business.
I'm a guy, Charlemagne. What's the business?
Call my bitch, you can keep her. That's the business.
Pouring money, that's my lane. What's the business?
Put that thong on her groin and got me hard. That's the business.
Thumbing through a whole thing like what's the business? Phone jumping off the chain like what's the business?
I'm so awesome that I scream dolphins. That's the business.
I'ma pull up with the yay like what's the business? Eating lunch with the blood like what's the business?
In the yard is harder than wasabi. That's the business.
AR double drum like what's the business? What's the business? What's the business? What's the business?
You ain't pull my bitch. You can't pull my bitch. Grocery bag. That's the business.
What's the business? 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 What's the business?
That's the business. Lyrics in the gap, bitch. What's the business? Happy birthday to me. Well, oh, let me get this off the screen. What's going on, everybody? I missed all of y'all so much. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry, I hadn't been on here in a long time, so I'm having some difficulties. Let me unshare. I think. Oh, stop screen sharing. There we go. Okay, stop screen sharing. Why is it? Okay, hold on. Maximize. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome. The name of the song is What's the Business? Hey, everybody. Stuff, Amanda, Jason, DJ, Tell You What Sports, the Zini, Vicky, Ian, Stephanie Lee, CZ, Dreadhead, David, 420. Welcome, Charlene. What's the business, y'all? What's the business? Jason, LW, Charlene, Coffee Cake. I ain't seen you in a while, Coffee Cakes. Welcome. Hey, Jeff, Kayla, excuse me, Nina, Nini, Amanda. I think I got everybody. Oh, somebody posted in my for the live and said, I hope that she comes, or I hope that it's not like the older ones where the live will happen. That's what he saw is happening. But you know, I can accept that criticism that I will postpone a live with the quickness. So today I am 30 years young. If you believe it, I believe it. Oh, well, thank you, Vicky. Bright Streets, what's going on? Hey, Joy. How is everybody doing today? I've had a busy couple of weeks. I had to get a colonoscopy. That was fun. That was real fun. It wasn't fun. It's the drink the laxative slash electrolyte mix that they give you. And my stomach was like, bitch, you got me fucked up. It was bad. And then I had me a chemical peel and my face was molting like a snake. But oh, thank you, Jeff. Thank you. But you see, I'm glowing. I got this perfect skin. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. How's it? You see, you about to turn 31. That's why you about to be older than me, stuff. And this morning I had snuck off from work to go. Well, I didn't actually sneak off, but I left on my lunch and went to the store to return some shoes. And I was just thinking, I have a love-hate relationship with my birthday. I am grateful that I have seen yet another year, that I'm still here and still fine. But then I hate getting older, like getting older. As long as I look the same, I don't mind getting older. But as I was going, somebody told me that the guy that played Theo, Malcolm Jamal Warner, passed today. And it was just like, that was the Lord telling me, be grateful. Be grateful. And I am. I guess I could reveal my my age, but I mean, if I can convince y'all that I'm 30, I'm gonna just roll with 30. Then I got some new gray hairs. And then still can't color it, but my hair's growing back, y'all. Yes, we do. And black don't crack and beige don't age. Anywho, I hadn't decided what I wanted to do, so I was gonna ask you guys what you wanted to see. Now I do have day 12, and that was the day that dumbass was gonna do his own. He called his own witnesses. Oh, you're gonna be 51 in September? Okay. Are you a Virgo, Jeff? Are you a Virgo? Mm-hmm. And Malcolm was such a nice guy. Like, I know a lot of people that you think is nice. Like, I honestly thought that, like, before J-Lo became J-Lo, that she was a nice person, because she does portray a nice person, but then find out that she's a complete and total dirt bag, Punta Spanish fly, the Hail Mary pleat. Okay. And your two cell amoebas. Okay, so y'all want to do, my husband is 9/14. So yeah, I got a Virgo too in the house. Y'all are some interesting people, Virgos. Y'all are interesting. Very interesting. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yay, happy birthday. Okay, anyway. So Jeff has said do the Hail Mary. Now, is the Hail Mary the car, is it box fort day or is it yellow shirt day? Okay, y'all want to do yellow shirt day. So it's day 13. Hold on. Let me get yellow shirt day. Box fort day. Let me get it from Mushmouth Joe since he got this. Get it from him. And if y'all check out Linus, he doesn't have a video, but he does have on his page a poll where he's asking for people like what type of court stuff should he make some illustrations about. So please go over there and tell him. You said day 12 and 13. Hail Mary with the car. I may do a poll real quick and give it your audience. Oh yeah, goody. Start a poll. I'm scared to death. Okay, and create a poll. Hey, B Blanco, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I really appreciate you. All right. Can I do the poll? Add option. Okay, so we want to do day 13. Okay, let me get to day 13. Yeah, box fort day. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Dun, 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 dun. I got jungle fever. She's got jungle fever. She's got jungle fever. We're in love. All righty. We're on box fort day. Who will be 60? I know you're not going to be 60, Coffee Cake. Yeah.
Everyone will please roll.
Hold on. See, Linus with his, not Linus, dude with his music. Gonna mess up my monetization. Yes.
Darrell Brooks, case number 21
Please,
CF.
please hit the like. Thank you. And make sure you like and share the stream.
1848. May I have the appearances, please?
Morning, Judge Sue Upper, Leslie Basie, and Zach Witchell appearing for the state of Wisconsin.
Here is a third-party intervener in that matter appearing as authorized representative for my client. I accept for value in return for value all of the charging instruments in this matter and make my exemption available for the discharge of all obligations and charges connected with this case. I do not dispute any of the facts in the charging instruments and make a reservation of all my rights here this morning.
All rights
I love that. The all rights reserved. Oh, Coffee, you gonna be 60? Okay, I bet you fine though. Charlene, you 67? Okay. All right, so we got some fine age like wine around here. All right. All right.
All rights reserved.
All right, good morning to you as well. The records reflect the individual known to this court as Darrell Brooks is present in person in custody. Currently he is wearing street clothes, a suit and tie, and a mask.
And for the record, I don't consent to being called that name.
It is noted.
She looked like she just trying to hold on. She is trying to hold it together. She just tried. She was like, Jesus, give me strength. Give me strength, God. Woo! Shut up, stuff. You're not about to know 52. Lying self. You about 12 years old.
All right, Mr. Brooks, just preliminarily, do you anticipate calling any additional witnesses today?
For the record, I don't consent to being called that name. And what was the question?
Do you anticipate calling any witnesses today?
I don't believe today.
Well, we are here for the continuation of testimony. The only witness that I'm aware of that's on your list that you added is your mother, Dawn Woods. So I would expect that if she's going to testify, she would be here. Otherwise, I will be going through the colloquy with you as to whether you intend to testify today or not.
Did you receive my ICS that I addressed to you?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I haven't looked. Let me look.
It's like, you crack a witch. You know, I send you all stuff every day. Y'all was supposed to already have that shit pulled out. Why I got to ask you? You're supposed to have it shit ready.
Actually, I just went to you and then went to the prosecution. Is the audio on?
Yes, Gen X in the hizzy. Yes, yes, yes.
It is. The audio's on. Do you know when you sent those?
Saturday. So that would have been the 22nd.
State receive anything through like the inter-office communication?
We have not. I just checked this morning to see if there's anything new. Nothing has been received at my office. And I should say the clerical that was assisting me went to the mailroom to double check. So not only has it not made its way to the DA's office, it has.
Oh, yeah, Jim. Please share some of my quotes. The unbiblical. Y'all so funny. Hey, Louis B. I think I spoke to Chantal. Amanda, welcome, welcome. Anybody I missed?
Hasn't even made its way over to the mailroom.
I can email the jail administrator to find out if there's anything in transit, if there's no objection from the parties, from the state.
No objection.
From you, sir?
No objection. I definitely want those documents received if they obtain important information.
Yes, I got important information that my mama and her ugly boyfriend, that big lip beast, gave to me. And so this here is going to get me. I'm going to get out with this one. I'm going to get out with this one.
You said you forwarded them to a staff member on Saturday?
Yes.
Do you know if that was morning, afternoon, or some other time?
Maybe afternoon.
And those are 2 ICF forms?
Yep, one addressed to you directly and one addressed to the district attorney's office.
Now, in the silence of nobody speaking and you hear Judge Darrell typing, it's almost like a little ASMR. You know, it's really soothing, like the calm before the storm. It's really soothing. Yeah, they're gonna chat.
I'm sending that. I will send it with high importance and see what response I get. But I don't have anything. If you want to generally tell me the topic, we can cover it verbally.
The topic is pertaining to exculpatory evidence. Some things were learned, and once they came to my attention, I felt the need to immediately address the court about this information.
All right, what information make enough of proof for me, sir?
The expert witness for the prosecution in regards to, I believe it was inspecting the vehicle.
Look at him. He thinks that he is about to hit it out the park. He finally got his get out of jail free card. Just look at his dead eyes.
Officer Ryan Schultz, question was asked of, did he know if there were any recalls on that vehicle? And I believe that a Brady claim should be visited because there were in fact recalls
on that vehicle.
In fact, there were recalls on the Ford Escape models from 2008 through 2010 in regards to the throttle body malfunctioning and causing the vehicles to accelerate and not being able to be stopped.
Bitch, you need to stop, okay? You was riding down that street and we ran over a bunch of folks and you was on E. How the hell are you on E? What type of shit is that? You on E and committing a crime. So I don't know if because of the body damage, the mechanical damage was the problem, or because your dumb ass ran out of gas. But I mean, it's just really interesting how you talking all this shit. You attacking people and chasing, trying to run over Erica with the car, and you ain't got no gas. So you can even escape anyway, because you ain't got no gas. Who the hell does that? Oh, thank you, Louis. Thank you so much.
There is a class action lawsuit where Ford Company were sued because of this, and those vehicles, models from the year 2008 through 2010, were recalled. And that is very important information in regards to the vehicle in question being a Ford Escape 2010. This information is very easily obtained
Uh-huh.
just by pulling it up, and you will see a class action lawsuit.
Oh,
Obviously, if it's a class action lawsuit, then it's pretty easy to.
So what's your request, sir?
I don't know.
My request is to find out if Officer Schultz knew, to find out if the prosecution knew that there was a recall on those vehicles, and in light of the fact that these vehicles were recalled because of this malfunctioning throttle body for I believe it's
Come on.
counts 1 through 73 to be dismissed.
All right, what's the response from the state?
This bitch said counts 1 through 73 will be dismissed. So because of a recall on your vehicle, you know, I had a Chevy Cobalt. It was a 2009, I think it was, and almost every week it was a recall. And I was having to go to the dealership to get something fixed. Just because there's a recall or just because there's a class action suit doesn't mean anything. There's a class action suit with Cash App. I still use Cash App. I ain't gonna get no money from Cash App. But I'm just saying, none of that matters. A 2010, yeah, a 2010 TIN. Mm-hmm.
Tiffany?
Thank you, Your Honor. As Trooper Schultz testified during his examination, consistent with our research, there are no active recalls listed for the Ford Escape.
Uh-oh.
As Trooper Inspector Schultz noted during his testimony, that Ford listed an extended warranty for the throttle body on the Escape. The warranty was extended to 10 years of age and 150,000 miles. The Escape is more than 10 years old and has more than 150,000 miles.
So that means that your car was raggedy, that you was riding in a raggedy piece of shit car. That's what that means. And she's doing the legalese, and it's 2010, and it doesn't have any significant mechanical issues, and you got a raggedy car.
Also, he noted specifically in his report that he did not note any defect in the throttle body as previously described in this report. There was no recall in the throttle body. NHTSA did do an investigation into allegedly defective Ford throttle bodies, which would have impacted this year. Basically, the electronic throttle body failures would have resulted in engine stall or surge while entering traffic from a stop position or while driving at highway speeds, neither of which I believe occurred here. Further inspection.
Don't Jason look nice? That's a little piece of cute, what I want to call him, my little white chocolate. Yeah, a cute little one.
And this defendant would have pushed down on the brake, it would have stopped the car. Further, if this was a problem, there would have been the malfunction indicator lamp or the wrench light would have been illuminated, as Trooper Schultz or Inspector Schultz testified when he started the vehicle and checked the indicator lights. None of them were lit. Further, if there was this, he would have observed material buildup on the commutator. There was no such buildup observed. There were no problems with the electronic throttle body. That was part of his report. Therefore, this is, although there may have been some cars who had this problem, the car that the defendant was driving on this day did not have that problem. That was testified during the vehicle inspection. The defendant had the opportunity to cross-examine Inspector Schultz.
So she's saying this is shit you should have brought up the other day when we had Officer Schultz on the stand, and you was, trying to act like you were smart, but, for some reason you didn't think about any malfunctions on the vehicle. You didn't think about that at all, did you, bitch?
With regard to that, and again, in running the defendant's mom's VIN number through NHTSA, National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration. There are, for this particular VIN number, for this car that the defendant was driving, 0 unrepaired recalls.
Yeah.
So it's a mood issue.
You can't front on that.
I believe it's a new issue.
Come on.
And I actually have, the report should be in the mailroom as we speak. I had everything sent over priority mail, the actual.
Oh, it was sent over priority mail. Oh my God, look at his hands. But he sent it priority mail. Oh, well, how wonderful. Well, then you definitely should have got it. I mean, this was important paperwork because, you know, priority mail, that means serious. Certified as serious.
Information about the class action lawsuit, the actual information about the recalls for those models, like I said, 2008 through 2010. Now, in all fairness, Your Honor, that's why I was asking for a Brady claim on this. Seeing as how when vehicles are purchased from the manufacturer, they're still sold as is. There would be no way to know.
What? That when you purchase a vehicle, they're sold as is. What the hell does that mean? Huh? I learn something new every time that I watch these when I'm doing a live stream. They're sold as is.
Seeing as how when vehicles are purchased from the manufacturer, they're still sold as is.
And they're sold as is. So will a new vehicle, are they sold as is? Don't you normally get like powertrain warranties, bumper to, you know, all that stuff? Or they're sold as is. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet. I'll be quiet.
There would be no way to know that there's anything malfunctioning with the vehicle until it actually happens.
Oh, so like you running over people and then hitting something in somebody's yard and screwing up your tire rods, and you have raggedy brakes. You got just a raggedy piece of shit car because your mama got you the car because you can't drive, because you owe back child support in the amount of $45,000. But we're going to ignore that, though. We're going to ignore it.
And seeing this a class action lawsuit.
Oh, hey, Marion. Who else is in here? I think I spoke to everybody else. Yeah. Hey, Marion, thank you.
No one would sue the Ford company if there weren't malfunctioning vehicles. There would be no class action lawsuit if these vehicles were not malfunctioning.
Oh,
And
so all the 2010s, 2008 to 2010, they were all malfunctioning, and because they had a recall on whatever the heck it was that you're trying to latch on to, then that means something. It's going to negate you pushing your foot on the gas, running over children with band instruments. Okay. Let's see it. Let's go.
I believe with that, like I said, the information is easily obtainable.
Well, bitch, if it was that easy to obtain, why are you bringing this up today? Why did you bring it up yesterday or the day before? Why did you do that? Huh? is easily obtained.
I should have the information in the mailroom right now.
Yeah, right. Because it's certified.
That you can readily view this information about the class action lawsuit, about the recall. It wasn't just the 2010 model in question. It was 2008 through 2010.
Oh, okay. Well, that matters.
The information about the malfunctioning pertains strictly to the throttle body.
Let me address your claim, sir. So,
see, Judge Darrell was like, I'm tired. I don't want to hear this shit at all. I'm gonna cut this off now. I don't want to hear this shit. We almost done. We at the finish line. We on the 10-yard line. Is that the 10-yard line? I don't know sports, but you know what I mean. We at the end zone and we getting ready to touch down. I don't want to hear none of this shit today. Not today, Satan. Not today.
not trying to cut you off. I don't need the specifics about a class action because as it relates to this case, the fact that there's a class action would not mean there's a Brady violation by the state. In fact, you even indicate it was readily known and something you were able to find out.
See, using his words against him. You doing all this gippity gapping, blah, 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 Brady claim, blah, 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 recall. And she turned it around on you and said, yeah, even you said it was readily available. So you should have brought this up in a timely manner. But see, that's why you need an attorney, right? That's why you need a lawyer with some sense that didn't go to the school of hood ratting them, okay? Our 40-year-old wannabe rapper school of dumbass knocks.
I'd further note that you had a full and fair opportunity to cross-examine the inspector regarding his mechanical inspection.
Oh, wait a minute. No, Gambini, I did not see a video of him being beat up in 2019. If you got or know where it can be located, I would love to play it.
It's not new information. And more importantly, as it relates to this particular vehicle, based upon the testimony of Inspector Schultz, it's speculative as to whether this vehicle would be impacted, number one, by the class action,
it would not.
And number two, any throttle body problems. Because, again, there was a full inspection. That report was provided to you. He testified on direct examination about there being no active recalls. And more importantly, he testified about what impact the throttle body would have and what he would expect to see if there were any issues with it. I am aware that the ICF, I did receive an email. It's one page with what you said. I have to turn my head. I got to figure out how to flip it. So give me a second.
Okay.
You heard him say, okay. Because he's thinking like, yeah, she's about to read this ICF and she is going to agree with me. She is going to let me go. I'm going home tonight. I'm going home tonight, yo. She's got to read that ICF.
And just for the record, Your Honor.
Hold on, let me finish my record, okay? So I'm going to turn, because it's the only way I can read it. It says, your ICF says the state's expert witness who did the inspection on the vehicle in this incident needs to be recalled no later than Wednesday. I just learned of some information that is extremely vital.
Extremely vital.
I understand the information that you're providing me,
it's
but
bullshit.
again, you had a full and fair opportunity to cross-examine this witness. This information was apparently well known. I'd also note the vehicle's registered to your mother. And from my understanding of recalls, I think what is common that a registered owner would receive information regarding the recalls and what to do.
And they do. I've got plenty of recall notices that said there's something wrong with the locking mechanism when you put your keys into the ignition. I had several of those. Got a letter and it had what was wrong and where to take it to get repaired free of charge. Does it on all recalls.
And presumably she would have provided that information.
Thank you, Sierra. Thank you much. Thank you. Y'all blessing this old bet on her birthday. Thank you. The old bitch is here. She is here.
To anyone operating that vehicle or taking care of it. We have none of that information before us by way of fact or even an offer of proof that even she received that information and did nothing with it, or whether anyone else who operated that did anything with it or not. The bottom line is there is absolutely no Brady violation by the state. This is not the type of information they would have been required to turn over. And from my understanding and review of Exhibit 83, what's important to this case is that the mechanical inspection specifically looked at that issue nonetheless and found that as to this particular vehicle,
Yes, Sierra, I'm still on IG. What is my name on IG? Give me a second. I am. Oh, yeah, I'm miraclesq. So this is where I'm at on IG. Just look for that. And then you can send it to me.
there were no issues with that would have impacted the mechanical function during the incident in question. I'll accept the state's offer of proof as to what would have been the issues based upon the information provided. And again, without anything further from you by way of your offer of proof, I can't make a finding, number one, that there's a Brady violation, and number two, that the information you seek to cross-examine him on would have any impact whatsoever. So I'll deny the request to dismiss the case, and I'll deny the request to recall this witness.
He's just like, wait a minute, ho, wait a minute, ho. No.
Let me have the state just make their statement. I'll give you the last word on it. Go ahead.
The Inspector Schultz's mechanical inspection report was provided to the defense on April 29th, 2022. I noted that when the defendant was cross-examining Inspector Schultz, he did have the report in front of him, and it was asking questions directly related to information contained in that report.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Brooks.
When you spoke to the owner of the vehicle, that's who gave me the information.
Oh, so it's your mama's fault. Your mama should have told you early. So what was your mama doing? Was she digging in her ass and she couldn't, produce this document in a timely manner? I would think, maybe she knew that it didn't matter, but I would think that she would have told you at some point in time about this, especially the fact that you were driving the vehicle. You would need to take the vehicle to the dealership to get fixed. Remember? That's how recalls work. But you were so busy, trying to run over folks. You ran over Erica Patterson, 2-3 times. You ran over all these folks in the parade. So, you had a busy day, busy week, busy few years. It's been busy. You've been booked up. I'm ready for the gift. Hey, Gina. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. Oh, I ain't got nothing yet. All right, I'm looking.
My mother gave me the information of this. I had no knowledge until she told me. And that's how I came into the information. And she was the one that said, I'm going to send you all the information that you need so you can present it to the court. So I
understand that, sir,
this
but
wasn't
your request
information.
is not timely. So you have had
He like, what the fuck is she talking about? Things like, my request ain't timely. I'm bringing it up now. This is the right time. It's my time and it's my place, bitch.
this information for quite some time, either through counsel.
I did not have it for quite some time.
Let me make my record. Either through counsel.
It was just told to me.
That's not what I'm saying. You've had the information about this report for quite some time, either through prior counsel or through all of the discovery that was turned over to you when you took over your representation of your own case. The fact that you have now learned this, it's a little bit too late.
So, Judge Darrell was saying, we don't give a fuck what you talking about. I don't give a
I understand that may seem fair to you, but when I consider the information that you're providing to me, it's speculative on your part as to whether there's any impact on this particular vehicle because of the inspection that was done. And you had a full and fair opportunity to cross-examine the inspector about information that was readily obtainable and researchable by you prior to the time that you cross-examined this witness.
It was not readily available for me to expect at the time. I don't have access to the internet.
But you seem to know everything that's going on. You have a tablet to work on your case, but I'm pretty sure you never worked on your case at the fuck all. I don't see anything for me to play. I don't have a link or anything. Click on the video. You may not be able to post a link. Hold on, Gambini. Let me make you a mod. And then that way you can post the link. All right, so try and post a link now.
So how would I be able to?
Mr. Brooks, you're telling me your mother had that information.
No,
so,
I'm
and
telling
going to
you,
trust.
she just told me this information. I have the phone calls to prove it.
I understand that. I'm denying
Who gives a
the
damn?
request, sir.
And I would like a.
So that's my decision.
I object to that, Your Honor.
I understand.
I
I've made my
object to that.
decision. I expect that you respect the decision, at least,
No.
as we're not going to debate it further.
Yes.
I now have the
Yes.
It needs to be-
ICF.
Okay, there we go. All right, give me a second. Let me pull that up. Oh, Nick Norman. Okay. Does he flag? Does he flag? Because I don't want to play it if Nick is a flag it. Let me see here. Hold on. I know this little bitch is not boxing. You can't be serious. Does he flag? Dang it, I can't see. Somebody, anybody? Does Nick Norman flag? Oh, okay. Okay, give me 1 second. Thank you, Deb. I appreciate it. Play this one. Okay. Oh, yeah, he does. Okay. I ain't gonna play it then if he flag. I ain't. But let me go ahead and look and see though. Oh, he got his ass whooped. I think I could probably get away with this. No, I think I can get away with this without him on it. Give me just a second to rewind. Just 1 quick second. All right. I'm trying to get it to where he's not in here. All right. You said I wouldn't? I think it'll be okay. And then what I'll do is I will also increase the playback speed. Okay. All right. We can do that. That should be fine. Okay. Let me share that. And all righty. So this is Math Boy Fly here is being punched. Ow! Look at this bitch. How you cry? And you supposed to be a blood? So you know I gotta keep pausing it and talking, fair use.
Head up, just head up, let's go, bro. I'm gonna take my mic in.
Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Damn.
Head up, just head up, let's go, bro. I'm gonna take my mic in.
So this is the reason why he likes to beat on women and he likes younger women. This is the reason because he's 2 inches tall and he's a bitch. Wow. This is amazing.
Head up and fight, bro. I do this shit every day, bro. Come on, man. Let's go. I get cracked them out, back them out every day.
Come on.
Fight, blood.
What type of gangster is this? I haven't seen nothing this sad in life. This is so sad. This is so pathetic. I mean, bruh, like, move, do some bob and weave. Wow. All right, that's like the end. So we're going to let that one go. My God. My God. Well, I hadn't been in a fight since elementary school, and I won, by the way. But yeah, I would do better than that. How you got all this mouth, talking shit? You can't fight at all. At all. Hey, Shawanda. Wow. It's not frozen, it's paused. Because I don't want to get any more of the show. And so y'all want to, well, I can rewind this song. So y'all can see it again. I mean, this is an awesome video. All right, we'll play it a little bit more. So I wonder, was this a organic fight? Were they actually fighting each other, or was it, we playing and yeah, we're gonna box? You know how you niggas do. Thank you, Robin. Hey, Shree. I know it's you, Shree. Hey, Shree. Thank you, Shawanda. Jay should have pulled them things off his head, those them shit locks off. Hey, 504. Thank you, love. Beat his ass. Beat his ass. How would you feel being friends with Darrell while this is going on? How would you feel if, like, yeah, that's my boy, he official, he be on the streets, on the block, and blah, 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 blah. And then you see this. You see this. And then the women that liked him and was like, oh, he fine. Oh, and he a thug, because women like thugs. Oh, he a thug. That's my boy. That's my baby. And to see that shit. Paisley is tougher than Darrell. Paisley could take him. Oh, you know what? My bad. I'm so sorry. I unshared the screen. I'm sorry. Let me bring it back. My bad, y'all. Thank you, 504 for saying that. So let me go back. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm crazy. I'm just a bitter old granny. All right. Let's get back to the watch us fight again.
Y'all get in the middle, bro. I'm not finna keep it. Look, head up, just head up. Let's go, bro. I'm gonna take my money in. Every time, my nigga, I ain't never did that. Come on, my nigga, let's go, bro. Head up and fight, bro.
This homo thug. You said leave Pepe out of it.
Right, brother. Come on, my nigga. I do this shit every day, bro. Come on, my nigga. Let's go. This shit don't make no motherfucking sense, bro. I crack them out, back them out every day.
Oh, scary self.
What you got this shit? What you got to do? No, bitch. Bro. Fight blood.
He doing some bro. Because he was like, I done had enough, bro. Let's dap up. Bro, come on, man. We friends. We ain't gotta do all of that. Come on, man. Dude said, fuck that shit. I'm gonna get you for old and new. If my elder Gen Xers, especially from the South, you remember getting threatened by your mama or your grandmother telling you, I'm gonna whoop your ass, I'm gonna get you for old and new. And they pull that belt out. That's what's happening here. Getting this ass spanked with a belt. You notice what's going on in prison, right? You know this happened to him in prison. He getting his ass whooped in jail.
Oh.
All right, so we done seen this twice. Y'all want to see it one more again? I don't know. Somebody said that that Darrell was talking shit to that guy. And so they was fighting in their government housing or wherever the hell they are. You know, I guess the trap house or somebody's mama house. It probably could be Darrell's mama house. We're going to play it one more again. And I'm going to tell you what else I'm going to do. This time I'm going to slow it down. You know, I like my slow-mos. I'm going to slow it down this time. He claimed he's a blood, Jeff. Now he claims he's a blood. All right, it's a little bit too slow. Yeah, we're going a little bit slower. Whoop his ass. Whoop his ass. How the hell y'all in an apartment with no furniture whooping each other? Where they do that at? Where they do that at? Oh, thank you, 504. Come here, Paisley. Come here, Munchkin. Folks want to see you. Come here. You come here and quit being yourself. Yeah, folks want to see you, Munchkin. Oh. You can go back with Daddy in a minute. Let me see how I can make that screen bigger so y'all can see Munchkin. Maximize. Hey, everybody. Here's Munchkin. Hey, everybody. I've been a real spoiled boy. I took out every toy that I have on the sofa. And I've been looking cute, trying to make mommy stay home from work. And I always give her these eyes. And I don't want to eat my food unless I'm being spoon-fed food. So that's the kind of high-maintenance person I am. I need to be spoon-fed. All right, Munchkin. There you go. Go on. Take your PJ. You know, Paisley don't like Darrell. Everybody calling me today. All right, let's continue. Let's see what let's do. All right, there we go. All right, back to this photo. Hey, Donna. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad. I thank all of you guys who have come through to watch this food. I appreciate all of you spending some time with me on my birthday. I really appreciate it. All right, let's continue.
Every day, bro. Come on. What's good? This shit don't make no motherfucking sense, bro. I can crack them out, back them out every day.
Dang. Y'all, I felt that one. Do y'all not feel this one?
This shit don't make no motherfucking sense, bro. I can crack them out, back them out every day.
Dude, did you not feel that? He got punched and then he flew all the way back to the wall. That's like movie type action. That's like the Matrix. This dude he's like, I know Kung Fu. He did the Matrix on Darrell. Hey, Vanna, thank you. Thank you, PJM. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Come on, bitch. Get that ass. Whoop. no more. Like reached all the way back. He reached all the way back to the next time zone and came and boom, all the way back. Oh. What's he doing? Is he crying in the back on the wall? And the other dude was like, I can't even do this no more. I can't. This is too easy. This is not even no type of challenge. We're gonna let this little bitch just hang in the corner. And he stays in the corner. Holding his head. Look at him. He's just in the corner. Boom. He can't even move his head. Look at him. Little sorry sack of shit. Woo! Darrell, baby. All right, y'all. Oh, Munchkin, you back. Hey, Munchkin. Okay, now let's get back to the rest of these lies. Thank you, Gambini, for this video. I appreciate you. All right.
It
The
needs
one
to
for
be
the state
addressed,
will be
Your
provided
Honor.
to the state. Madam Clerk, I just gave that to you. All right, so
I
Mr. Brooks, in
respectfully
light of
object.
that,
I respectfully object, Your Honor, and request the legal reconsideration of your ruling, Your Honor.
it's denied. The request for reconsideration is denied. There's no legal basis for me to do that.
So he going down his checklist of things to say. He going down the list. He going down his little
Respectfully
checklist.
reject that ruling and take exception to that ruling, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Brooks, we need to keep going.
For the record, may I request a legal or factual basis for your ruling, Your Honor?
I provided an oral ruling today. The record stands, sir.
For the record, may I respectfully request a written judicial finding of fact on this issue?
Your request is denied.
For the record, may I respectfully move for an interlocutory declaratory appeal of this matter?
I wouldn't be the one you would make that request to, sir. So I can't
For the record, may I
answer that
move
yes
to
or
stay
no.
these proceedings until the instant matter is adjudicated by a court of competent jurisdiction?
That request is denied.
Based on what law or fact, Your Honor?
Based on you being a dumb bitch. That's the law or fact. Well, that's not the law. That's the fact. And facts are facts.
The request is denied.
Based on what law or fact, Your Honor?
Any other requests, sir? I'd like to move on.
Thank you, Beanie.
Based on what law?
There's no
or
legal
fact?
basis that you've stated for me to do that, sir.
Donna, do I speak to you? If not, hey, Donna Harris.
It has been, Your Honor.
The request is denied. The request is not a proper motion. There's no legal support for the motion. There's no factual support for the motion. So it's denied.
For the record, it appears that this court is acting in contempt of the law, Your Honor. Can you show where this court is following the law of respect in this matter?
That's a very vague statement, sir.
You know he mad when you hear the tapping. You know he is getting mad when you hear the tap, 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 tap. Mad. Tapping that little prison pen. Hey, man.
There's no legal relief that you're claiming. There's no motion before the court based in law or fact. So this court cannot address.
Your Honor, with all due respect, I would like a motion for finding fact.
Denied.
Ha!
Under what law fact.
I made an oral ruling, sir. There's no requirement I do so in writing.
So you're denying a legal, denying a motion for finding a fact.
I am.
So how do I know what you're doing is legal, Your Honor?
See, there's a book. It's a burgundy book that's on your desk, on your table, that's got the law in there, the crime, the criminal code, all of the elements of each criminal code, all of these laws that she's telling you, they're in there. They're there. You just got to open the book and read it. Hey, Crystal, listen. This trial has ruined. Hey, Carrie Latois, you know I can never pronounce your name, but this trial has ruined me because nothing compares to this trial. Nothing. I watched. I've meaning to do a video on Sade Robinson, the girl who was went out on a blind date, not a blind date, did online dating and met this white guy. I cannot remember what his name is, but ended up she came up missing and dismembered, and yeah, and she was 19 years old, pretty girl, pretty, and the dude looked like a reject. What's his name? The folks that did Helter Skelter, the Mansons. He's like a reject from the Mansons. Anywho, but it's no comparison at all.
All right, Mr. Brooks, we're going to move forward. At this time, I want to.
How do I know that this is legal, Your Honor? Can you show me that it's legal?
Mr. Brooks, we're moving forward. So your request is denied.
It doesn't seem like
Mr. Brooks, I need to give you some advice.
It doesn't seem like
I
don't need your advice.
I have to give you advisements, sir, regarding your right to testify.
I need to do your job without prejudice and
Mr.
without bias.
She's been doing her job without prejudice and without bias. You got such an overly fair trial. An overly fair trial. It's amazing. I need you to do your job. She's doing your job, her job. Her job is to make sure that your ass stays put up for 1,300 years. She did a job. Hey, Cassandra.
Now interrupted me multiple times. He's failing to respect the court's oral rulings here today. It's something that he's done repeatedly throughout this trial. Mr. Brooks, I need to go through some advisements. Unless you have a witness to immediately call, I need to go through this particular discussion on the record with you regarding your right to testify.
You don't need
do you
to
have
go
a witness
through,
to call,
You don't need to
sir?
go through anything with me on record.
Actually, I do so, sir. That is required by law.
Actually, you don't.
Bitch, I don't care about nothing you talking about. You rejected my dissertation. I had it ready. I did the most work I've ever done in my life. The most concentrating I've ever done in my life. And you just turn away and say, denied, denied, denied. Oh, I came with all these wonderful arguments. It's not a tacit agreement. Why didn't this work? I don't want to hear nothing from you, ho.
You need to do your job as a public servant,
Mr. Brooks,
and honor the oath that you took.
I need to go
Your
through
Honor.
these advisements, and if you're going to keep interrupting me, you will forfeit your right to be present, and you
So
will
you're
be
holding me in
removed
contempt
to
again.
the next courtroom so that I can properly go through these advisements without being.
I still don't have to answer. I still don't have.
Bravo, you don't have to answer. Yes, you do not have to answer. But she has to go over these advisements about Lord Jesus. This was a great this trial was just amazing. I just wish there could be something close to this sometime soon, because I need this.
I'm in this court or not, so you're holding me in contempt yet again.
Mr. Brooks, I've not held you in contempt. I've found that you have forfeited your right to be present by your conduct, which is one of the options available to this court under Illinois versus Allen, under State versus Vaughn. It's also referenced in State versus Anthony. So I am going to keep going, sir, despite your protestations.
Your Honor, with all
I need
due
you
respect,
to
in Illinois
not
versus
interrupt
Allen,
me. This is another interruption.
In Illinois versus Allen.
Bitch, you're going to let me talk. I'm going to talk. And you're going to listen. I am a man. I'm a man. And you're going to listen
Mr. Brooks,
to
I'm
me.
not going to have a debate with you on the meaning of Illinois versus Allen.
I'm not trying to have a debate.
You
Thank you, mother.
are advised
that
that
it
continued.
Illinois versus Allen.
Mr. Brooks, you are advised that continued interruptions will result in you forfeiting your right to be present during this next phase of the trial.
Okay, but you saying that I'm
I've said that multiple times.
You
I've
saying
given you multiple opportunities
you're
to
holding
stop
me in
interrupting
contempt.
me.
You're holding me in contempt.
Mr. Brooks,
By
I'm not holding
removing
you
me
in
from the
contempt for
courtroom.
the second time here, and I've
Your
also
Honor,
repeated that.
Your Honor,
He's
with all-
interrupting me yet again.
with all
Mr. Brooks, I
respect-
need you to stop talking.
With all respect, in Illinois versus Allen.
All right, Mr. Brooks continues to want to debate with me the meaning of Illinois versus
I'm
Court,
trying to
that
understand,
he
Your Honor.
wants to disrupt these proceedings, even
That's
in
not
a
true.
mild manner tone
That's
of
not
voice.
true.
I've
I'm
reminded
seeking
him
to
repeatedly
understand, Your
regarding
Honor,
the standards
because
of
it
form and
doesn't.
civility, and one of the
Illinois doesn't.
bedrocks is that he
Illinois
not
versus
interrupt.
Allen does not state.
All right, I'm going to
that-
remove him to the next courtroom so that I can go through
It does
proper
not state-
advisements with him without being interrupted.
It does not
We'll clear the
state
courtroom
that
and
you
we'll
can be
resume
present from
once he
cameras.
is over there. Again, I'll
It
make
doesn't
the
state that
appropriate
you can be
findings when
present
he is
from
there.
cameras, or that you could be,
Yes, we're off the record.
or that you
until,
could be.
he's in the
Okay,
other
so
courtroom. I'll
you're
be
making a
stepping
tacit
off
agreement.
in courtroom. All right, thank you. I do have verification. There are headphones on the table in front of Mr. Brooks should he choose to wear them. I see he's reading from a book at the moment. I do need to make a record that this morning, although Mr. Brooks was not raising his voice, there were repeated interruptions.
Page turned on that Bible, his Waukesha jailhouse Bible. He didn't even have a Bible that's his. He didn't borrow the thing from the library. And let me speed this along just a little bit. Thank you, Cassandra. I appreciate that. I try to, to bring y'all something.
He wanted to debate rulings that I made after the fact. Just this morning alone, about 26, 27 different times he interrupted me or spoke over me. Once I made a decision on his motion to dismiss and his request to recall a witness, he then asked if I for written findings. I denied that. He then asked for what law I was a stay. He asked for dismissal. All of them denied or said I wouldn't answer, specifically as it relates to the request for an interlocutory appeal, since I would not be the judge or court to which a request would be made. That is something that would be made to the Court of Appeals. And although I would have authority to grant a stay pending appeal, there is no appeal that's pending. I gave Mr. Brooks multiple opportunities to stop talking. I asked him repeatedly to stop interrupting me. I advised him that if he continued, he would forfeit his right to be present in this courtroom and would be taken to the neighboring courtroom. I believe I gave that warning at least twice. Of course, this comes on the record before this court.
Oh, he said, you know what, bitch? You are just doing whatever you want to do. I'm going to plead the book of Jesus on you. That's right. I'm holding up my Bible high because I want y'all to know that I love the Lord. And we're going to do everything in perfect timing. I'm the Lord's work over here. Because the Lord sacrificed himself on the cross for me. And he was crucified and he rose on the third day with all power in his hands. I got to bring the Bible out for y'all. Okay, I got to bring the Bible out because it's just godless. Y'all are some heathens. God.
Court over the first 15 days of trial, where Mr. Brooks has, by his conduct, forfeited his right to be present on a number of occasions. Voice, he didn't speak in an angry tone, but given, in this case, leading up to today, and knowing what this court needs to get through in terms of whether he has any witnesses or whether he intends to testify himself, there's a very important colloquy I need to have and an advisement of his rights that I need to go through, and I simply am not able to do that with him constantly interrupting me and then not respecting the oral rulings that are made. Of course, at any point in time, Mr. Brooks can ask to be brought back over to this courtroom under Illinois versus Allen. Of course, he needs to pledge that he is willing to conduct himself consistently with the decorum and respect inherent in the concepts of courts and judicial proceedings. I, of course, have repeatedly, even without him making such a pledge, sufficient time has passed, at many times has been able to conform his conduct. I would note during the vast majority of the testimony that was provided during the state's case, he was in the courtroom. If not during the entire time, he was able to. We had a couple of issues during the testimony of witnesses he called, and of course, challenging days, I should say, to it's my.
That bitch still talking, ain't she? I ain't listening to nut shit she's saying, and I ain't got to listen to that bullshit because I said what I had to say, and y'all need to be taking my stuff, my evidence, and put it on the record. The record about the vehicle. What's the problem? Oh, well, that's a problem.
I hope that we can continue with Mr. Brooks at some point today. I'll certainly invite him back over through these advice.
Yeah, we see you, Stephanie.
Mr. Brooks, you have been muted. I will make that record as well. I will unmute, though, and ask Mr. Brooks, because you did not answer the question previously. Other than you potentially testifying on your behalf, do you have any other witnesses present at the courtroom, at the courthouse, to call today? I need an answer to that question, sir.
So we address the subject matter jurisdiction. We haven't addressed when I was just over here.
Wait a minute, let me slow it down. Now.
Are we addressing the subject matter jurisdiction?
I'm going to mute him just for a second. No, I'm not going to address subject matter jurisdiction. This is a common ploy by Mr. Brooks. When I attempt to go through certain things with him, ask him questions, he tries to divert our attention away to subject matter jurisdiction. I have issued a written on that. He has not filed any type of interlocutory appeal regarding that. This court's position is there is subject matter jurisdiction. I verbally and orally at this point his request on a lack of subject matter jurisdiction. Mr. Brooks, I will be a couple of questions. I do need a response. I am unmuting you. Do you have any other than yourself available house to call this morning, meaning?
This is the jurisdictional challenge right here. So are you going to address subject matter jurisdiction and prove it for the record or not?
So I've asked Mr. Brooks now whether he has any witnesses to call, answer that question. Sir, if you fail to answer that question, I will interpret your failure to answer that as a no. You will lose the opportunity. You will forfeit the opportunity to call any other witness on behalf other than yourself. So I will ask you one last time, sir, have any other witnesses at the courthouse? I'm not getting a response at all.
Am I unmuted?
You've been unmuted.
You said I was muted, so I'm not sure. I don't know when you muted me or...
Me muting you doesn't affect you being able to hear the court because
Yes.
that only mutes your audio coming in the courtroom. I confirmed already that that is some statement I confirmed with the bailiffs. The audio and visual were working.
Why is my audio muted to begin with?
Because you interrupt the court repeatedly. So I'm going to ask you yet another way, even though for 3 times now he has failed to answer this court. You indicated last week that you would like to call your mom as a witness, Dawn Woods. You were provided with notice that the state would not be assisting with that in any way. You indicated when that was said that if you wanted your mom to testify, she would obey you and she would be here. So I trust that you've made arrangements for her to be here. Are you going to call Dawn Woods as a witness this morning, and specifically now?
Now, Dawn Woods was not coming to perjure herself. She was not trying to go to prison. So, no, Dawn wasn't coming. And all of this box fort foolishness, fuckery, is because Dawn Woods said, I am not coming. We ain't going. I'm not going to jail with your black ass.
I will ask him a second time. Sir, do you have Dawn Woods available to call as a witness this morning? He's been unmuted though, for a while now. We can obviously hear him. I will ask Mr. Brooks a third time for the record. He's finally putting on the headphones. Is Dawn Woods in the courthouse available to testify right now? Do you intend to call her?
Hold up.
Yeah, hold up, bitch.
For the record, Mr. Brooks only puts on the headphones when he's in the other courtroom. He does not put them on when he's in here. The audio and the visual work just fine in that courtroom.
When I'm in the actual courtroom, I can hear it. I don't need to be muted.
Mr. Brooks's statements that the audio doesn't work when I mute him is simply false.
I didn't say nothing about the audio not working, so you need to stop lying on the record.
Come on, man. Lying on the record, sir.
You are lying on the record.
All right, I'm going to mute him once again because now he's raising his voice. Now he's angry. He's thrown the headphones. He certainly does not seem to want to answer any of the questions this court has. I asked him 3 times if he had any additional witnesses to call. I warned him that if he did not answer that question, he would forfeit his right to call additional witnesses, other than perhaps himself. I then specifically asked him about Dawn Woods, because that is the person he indicated he wanted to add to his witness list last week, and I granted his request to do that. I asked him twice. He did not respond to that. Based upon his failure to respond, based upon this court advising him that if he failed to answer that question, he would forfeit his right to present any additional witnesses, again, other than perhaps himself. I'll find that he has forfeited his right to present and call any additional witnesses based upon his conduct in this case. I would direct Mr. Brooks to the case of State versus Anthony, although that squarely dealt with a person's right to call to be themselves a witness in their own case. They talk at length in that case about how rights, even constitutional rights, can be forfeited by conduct. Of course, the right to be present can be forfeited by conduct. That was established in Illinois versus Allen. And then the right to present evidence on your behalf can also be forfeited based upon conduct. Although a criminal defendant does have a right to present a defense, doing so must be guided by the rules of evidence, the rules of procedure, and also with respect for the dignity, order, and decorum that is needed in the courtroom.
Rules of evidence and rule of procedure. That's the little burgundy book that this bitch hadn't picked up yet.
Mr. Brooks has demonstrated this morning that he is not willing to answer simple questions about calling witnesses. He reverts back to raising the issue of subject matter jurisdiction, which, as this court has previously...
Look at her, he pretending to read because his head moves back and forth when he reads like a typewriter. He's just sitting there. There's no oscillating fan going back and forth. He's just sitting there looking straight down. Like, if I give him silent treatment, if I just stand here and sit here and just look, that'll shut her up. That'll teach her.
Found, I believe, is simply a distraction tactic, a delay tactic, and a disruption tactic. When considering that the court must be concerned not only with the defendant's right to present a defense, this court must balance that with preservation of dignity, order, and decorum, and the numerous procedural and evidentiary rules that control the presentation of evidence. Because in my findings today, Mr. Brooks has been unwilling to answer simple questions regarding the calling of witnesses. Again, I'll find that he has forfeited his right to present further witnesses. I would like to go through a number of advisements with Mr. Brooks regarding his right to testify. I will unmute him for that. I asked Mr. Brooks to put on his headphones if he is unable to hear me, and just to be 100% safe and secure on the record, I'd ask the bailiffs who are over there to advise him. I'm going to directly be speaking with him, and if he's unable to hear me, to put on the headphones at this point. I've also been advised by not just the bailiffs who are over there, who I can hear through the audio, but also from the clerk who's in that courtroom, through my clerk who's in this courtroom, that the audio is very loud and clear. Mr. Brooks, I would like to go through with you your right to testify and your right not to testify. We are at the stage in the proceedings where it is important that this court conduct a colloquy with you. I will advise you that if you refuse to answer my questions, refuse to acknowledge me, you can forfeit your right to testify on your own behalf. Again, that's State versus Anthony, 2015, Wisconsin 20. Mr. Brooks, you need to be aware and are so advised that you have a constitutional right to testify. Did you hear me say that?
Oh boy.
There's no response by Mr. Brooks, and he does not have the headphones on, and
he's reading something because his head's going back and forth. He's reading something.
Has a book in front of him, although I haven't seen a page turned. If you testify, sir, the state has the right to cross-examine you. That means to ask you questions after you give your initial testimony. Did you hear me advise you of that? No response by Mr. Brooks.
Oh boy.
Sir, you also have a constitutional right not to testify. If you decide not to testify, you are further advised that doing so cannot be used against you, and I would so advise the jury. Did you hear me advise you of that? Once again, no.
We are pouting. You know, women like men who know how to regulate their emotions and that they aren't being a bitch. I cannot for the life of me understand why any woman voluntarily mated with this individual. There's nothing attractive about him at all. Now, granted, I know that Erica was a minor, so I can excuse that. But the other baby mama, the one with the 19-year-old or however old the son was, I don't get any of this. Is a song that I've never heard. This is a dance I've never danced to. Because I will block. I wish I could have met Darrell in my lifetime. He would have got curved so hard.
Response by Mr. Brooks. The decision to testify is for you and you alone to make. Did you hear me say that?
Oh, poor baby.
There's no response by Mr. Brooks. It's my understanding that Mr. Brooks has the equivalent of a 12th grade education, that he attended school either up to or through 12th grade, and either has a GED or an HSED. There's been some conflicting information on paperwork throughout this case, but I'll find that he does have a high school education. He is currently in custody, of course, at the Waukesha County Jail. I'm not aware of any medication that he has been taking. Sir, have you taken any medication within the last 24 hours, or any drugs or any alcohol?
Now, you know he's been on that toilet water, that toilet bowl water. You know he's been doing that. He probably, and then of course the fumes from the face diaper, from his breath and his missing teeth. Because you know he got some missing teeth back there.
I'm not receiving a response to that. I'm aware that he's able to read and write English. I would refer back to the record made during my colloquy with him regarding the waiver of counsel and his ability to be aware of rights, his ability to, I made a finding at that point of his understanding, and based upon his conduct throughout this trial, including the waiver of right to attorney hearing, I'll make a finding that he has the ability and understand, he can read, write, and understand the English language.
Am I unmuted?
You've been unmuted the entire time, sir.
So what are you talking about? Is you talking about subject matter jurisdiction and how you going to verify it on record?
So he did not answer my question if the record's not clear about whether he's had any drugs, alcohol, or medication within the last 24 hours. I'll ask him, sir, has anyone made any threats against you to influence your decision on whether to testify on your behalf in this trial?
Now, the only threats I had was that dude that beat my ass in the trap house. That's the only thing that I done had. I got my ass whooped. I got mollywopped in the trap house.
Although he turned and said, "What did you say?" Again, I believe he's fully able to hear this court at this time based upon how the audio is functioning in the other courtroom. He did not respond to that. Has anyone made any promises to you to influence your decision?
You saying. So if you can hear me, I don't hear everything you saying, and you know I don't hear everything you saying. So cut the crap.
Cut the crap hole.
Mr. Brooks has interrupted with very disrespectful words at this moment.
Aw, absolutely. Happy birthday, Anika. Happy early birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday, Anika. Maybe Anika's lucky for oh, hey, Munchkin. Anika is lucky. She's probably a Leo. I get to be a cuspy. I'm on the cusp of Leo. Hey, Munchkin. Come here. That's why you got on your problem child shirt, because you're my little problem child. Ain't that right? Come on, let's wish Anika happy birthday, Munchkin. Even Munchkin. Happy birthday, Anika. Happy birthday. Love, Munchkin. There you go. All right.
I believe that he is feigning his inability to hear and that he's done so throughout this case. There's absolutely no indication. He puts the headphones on when he wants. He takes them off when he wants to. While in this courtroom, he hasn't had them on. He's only used them while in the other courtroom. But again, I've confirmed multiple times that the audio is loud and clear. And his statements that he can't hear, his statements that when I mute his audio, that it mutes his audio, are simply false.
Lies being told.
So
Mr. Brooks, have you made...
Am I still unmuted?
You are, sir. And I'll make a record that per the lieutenant over in the other courtroom, the volume is 2 to 3 times louder than it is in this courtroom.
You need to stop making false records saying that I said I can't hear you at all. I said I have trouble hearing you when I'm over here. That's what I said. So I would appreciate it if you would make the record clear and correct.
Clearly, he heard me say that for him to make that distinguishing statement.
I'm sitting right here. Don't you see me looking all up to the microphone so you can hear me?
I don't have an issue hearing you at all, sir.
Can you hear me when I'm right here?
I can.
Is he crazy? He does know how speakers work, right? Speakers on a computer, it's like on the side, you know, like the missing side tooth that he has. You can hear, you know, yeah, you can hear without being all up in the screen. This does not affect my hearing at all. I can, idiot.
Once again, per the lieutenant who's been in both of these courtrooms, the volume in the adjacent courtroom where Mr. Brooks is at is 2 to 3 times louder than it is in this courtroom.
Dang, man.
Mr. Brooks, have you made a decision?
What about this courtroom?
Have you made a decision to testify in this case?
No. Have you made a decision to tell
I will
me-
ask you again, sir. Have you made a decision to testify in this case?
To address subject matter jurisdiction? Have you made a decision to be impartial? To answer what your name is? To answer if you have a claim against me or
I'm
don't?
going to mute him for the moment just because, once again, he's attempting to divert away from what this court needs to do by going through the proper colloquy with him regarding his right to testify. He is asking me about subject matter jurisdiction. He's making statements about this court that are disparaging and about my oath. Again, a clear attempt, in my opinion, to simply stall these proceedings and to disrupt them. I will...
And it ain't gonna work. Ho, it ain't gonna work. You can sit and fuss and yell and bitch and complain, and you're gonna still be behind your box fort.
Unmute him, and I will ask him for a third time with the understanding that if he fails to answer the question in the affirmative, I will interpret his failure to respond as a no, and that he is not going to testify. So once again, I am unmuting him. Sir, have you made a decision on whether to testify in this case?
Oh man, we mad again.
There's no response by Mr. Brooks. I will ask it yet another way, sir. Do you want to testify on your behalf in this case?
Am I unmuted?
Yes, you have been. Sir, do you want to...
How long have I been unmuted? 'Cause you just
Sir, do you want to testify in this
You
case?
was muting me when I had the headphones on just a minute ago. You just said you was muting me. So when have I become unmuted? Or did you even mute me in the first place?
Mr. Brooks,
Now, that
I'm
was a
asking
good
you
question.
one last time. Do
didn't
you
ask
want
me
to...
nothing because I haven't heard nothing that you asked. So how you gonna ask me something and then just answer for me?
Mr. Brooks, do you want to
You can't answer
testify?
for me.
All right, I'm
You
going
can't
to
answer for
answer.
me.
I'm going to
You
mute
can't
him
answer
again.
for me.
Again, it is very clear to this court that he uses the statement that he can't hear as a means to delay. It's a distraction. It's very evident that he hears this court and that he's choosing to willfully not answer this court. This court, as I indicated earlier,
She's so tired.
is tasked with the duty to ensure that there is efficient and effective presentation of relevant and probative
Hey,
evidence
Mojo.
in this case.
Hey.
This court is attempting to go through.
Hey Mojo, hey Ren, Dad, and thank you, Gina. Thank you. Let me see if anybody want to come up here and listen to this nut. If anybody wants to come and join in on the foolishness, please feel free to hit the link. All righty. Blue Magic Mojo.
The needed colloquy with Mr. Brooks, and he at all times during this colloquy has refused to answer simple questions. I personally do not want to make this more difficult, but I must establish these ground rules that he must answer these questions in order for this court to make the appropriate findings. Without him providing answers, this court is left with no choice but to find that he is forfeiting his right to testify on his own behalf. This court must also preserve dignity, order, and decorum. Again, ensure relevant and admissible evidence is presented, and also honor the defendant's right to present a defense. The simple requirement that he answer questions is required, frankly, due to the defendant's prior conduct throughout this trial. His repeated defiance, his repeated outbursts, his repeated failure to follow.
Oh, he back in the secret file, the secret red file. Okay, you can't custom work. Anyway, you gotta go into the secret document, red file, and see what he can pull out, what bullshit he can pull out of his flat ass.
Follow simple rules of courtesy and decorum, his repeated interruptions of this court, and this court having to repeatedly remove him to the neighboring courtroom and making findings that he has forfeited his right to be present. Of course, this record is abundantly clear at this point that Mr. Brooks is not even in the main courtroom, because this morning alone he is yet to conform his conduct to the simple standards of courtesy and decorum that are required of all participants in these court proceedings: the court, the prosecutor, the defendant, the jurors, the public. Absent an adherence to these simple rules, including the rules of evidence, the rules of procedure, and the rules of civility and decorum, and without a pledge by Mr. Brooks that he will follow these things, then on balance, this court will find that he has forfeited his right to testify. I've now made a much more full record of what is at stake, and I will give Mr. Brooks an opportunity again to go through the colloquy with the court regarding his right to testify. I am unmuting him and will attempt to go through this procedure once again. If he fails to answer these questions, then he is forfeiting his right to testify by his own conduct. I would acknowledge that such a procedure is certainly not ideal, or making a finding that he is forfeited is not ideal, but as Mr. Brooks's conduct and Mr. Brooks's conduct alone that has forced the court to make this determination. So Mr. Brooks, you are unmuted. You have been for about a minute. I want to go through the questions again. Are you aware that you have a constitutional right to testify? Mr. Brooks, are you aware that you have the constitutional right to testify?
Are you aware that you're practicing law from the bench?
Mr. Brooks, do you understand and are aware that you have a constitutional right not to testify?
I don't understand. No, I don't understand.
Are you aware that you have a constitutional right not to testify?
I don't understand, and I'm not aware, so why are you asking me questions?
All right, I'll do.
That's so interesting that you're unaware, you don't understand, but yet you decided to try a multiple. What's happening? You tried a multiple murder case, reckless endangering safety over hundreds of people. You decided that this was the moment for you to do this because you said that you were smart and you understood when you were swinging in the chair back and forth. Remember, you was swinging back and forth. Did any appeal with Erica? Now I know that he pled guilty with Erica. And so he had some time tacked him to his already millennium in prison. And so then he wanted to, his appeal for this, he wants to represent himself because I think he thinks that it's going to be like a retry over everything. He doesn't understand that you are going to go over the rulings and to make sure there was no bad judgments or bad rulings from the judge, that they were all legally factual and supported. So he thinks that he's going to retry this because he's an idiot. And I haven't heard anything else about him after he did that. His hearing, and he had his hand over his mouth trying to hide his missing teeth. I think he got his his snot box rocked. And his teeth, I mean, the teeth was already like barely hanging on. They were gray. They were as dirty as his mask is.
This another way, sir. Sir, you are advised that you have a constitutional right to testify and that if you choose to testify, that you would be subject to cross-examination by the state. Did you hear me say that?
I didn't hear you say anything. I don't understand what you're asking.
He is willfully choosing not to answer that. Sir, you are also advised that you have a constitutional right not to testify.
Your Honor, with all respect, you've been trying.
Did you hear me say that?
I didn't hear you ask me anything. And
sir,
I don't understand.
Stop talking and I'll ask it again.
She said, "Shut the fuck up."
Sir,
can you ask me to stop talking?
I'm asking you to stop interrupting me so that you can hear the questions. Even though I fully believe you hear them, I will attempt to do this one last time.
I can hear them. I got the headphones on.
All right, then let's.
You can see that.
Once again, Mr. Brooks is being disrespectful. He is blurting out information. He reverts back to subject matter jurisdiction. He accuses this court of not honoring its oath. He just accused me of practicing law without a license. Again, all attempts to deflect away. I'm going to mute him once again. This court has simply tried to no avail to get Mr. Brooks to answer simple questions, confirming on the record that he has been advised that he has a constitutional right to testify, and that he also has a constitutional right to testify. I was very clear prior to unmuting him and telling him that I would go through these questions once again, that I needed him to follow the rules of decorum and civility and not interrupt this court. He has done nothing to demonstrate decorum. Again, repeated interruptions. It is, again, from my perspective, simply a tactic on his part to delay these proceedings, to disrupt these proceedings. He reverts back again to things like subject matter jurisdiction, practicing law without a license. Then he makes requests about interlocutory appeals, etc. The record is full of his tactics in this case. He would not pledge to be civil, to be courteous. He would not pledge to honor the rules of evidence or the rules of procedure. He would not even answer simple questions regarding his right to testify and whether he heard that or not. And based upon, pursuant to State versus Anthony, and looking at the balancing test that this court must consider, this court simply cannot allow Mr. Brooks to get on the witness stand unfettered without an acknowledgement that he will honor the rules of procedure, that he will abide by the rules of evidence, that he will honor rulings that are made by the court. He has demonstrated repeatedly throughout this trial that when this court makes a ruling that he disagrees with,
You thought that he had to bring new evidence? You talking about for the appeal?
he tries to engage the court in an argument about the legal basis, even though I've provided the legal basis on the record, or in the case of subject matter jurisdiction, even when there's a written determination on the issue. When looking at State versus Anthony, this is a case where the Wisconsin Supreme Court was faced with a similar situation, although not as egregious as I would say here, because in State versus Anthony, that was not a case where the defendant was ever removed from the courtroom based upon his conduct. Although in State versus Anthony, they noted it isn't a requirement to forfeit your right to testify to previous to that be removed from the courtroom. So not as egregious as a case, but this court has a history over 15 days of trial where Mr. Brooks has repeatedly been removed from the courtroom, where he has repeatedly demonstrated he has absolutely no regard for courtesy and decorum. He is what I would describe as a stubbornly defiant individual who simply wants to say what he wants, when he wants, without a filter, without regard to the rules of evidence and the rules of procedure. As State v. Anthony discussed, the right to testify, although a fundamental constitutional right grounded in personal autonomy, is not absolute. For example, there's no constitutional right to commit perjury. There's no constitutional right to present irrelevant evidence. Moreover, a criminal defendant's right to present relevant testimony is subject to reasonable restrictions. Those restrictions, again, fall primarily under the rules of evidence and the rules of procedure. The court in Anthony cited the U.S. Supreme Court from Arkansas versus Rock, wherein that court stated the right to present relevant testimony is not limitless and may in appropriate cases bow to accommodate other legitimate interests in the criminal trial process. For example, numerous procedural and evidentiary rules control the presentation of evidence and do not offend the defendant's right to testify. Throughout this trial, Mr. Brooks has repeatedly accused this court of violating his First Amendment rights of free speech. I've told him repeatedly his First Amendment free speech rights are not unfettered and that they are limited in the court of law for the very reasons cited by the Supreme Court in Rock. The takeaway from Arkansas versus Rock is that...
All right, we can pause it here in order for it to be granted. So he wouldn't have to have any new, well, he could have some new evidence, but it's mostly to go over this trial and to make sure there were no errors, or if there were errors, they were harmless errors and would not have affected the outcome of how the jury decided. So when you have appeals, you know, you want to, let me stop screen sharing. You know, with appeals, you go and you pull all of your old information, but it's basically you're going through the record. You're going through the record and you are just trying to make sure that Judge Darrell, with all of that foolishness going on, that Judge Darrell did not, in a moment of frustration, give a ruling, and the ruling was bad, and it resulted in him being convicted of his Millennium Plus. All righty. So before we go, I want to thank everybody for coming. I'm going to get ready to do my Black History lesson. So I know some people will probably bounce for that. So I just want to thank you all for coming that has come. Thank you all that have donated for my birthday. I want to thank you so much. And for the rest of you, I'm going to talk about really quickly Ruby Bridges. Let me get there. Screen share. Before I do that, let me pull up this picture I want. I know a lot of people have not been taught about Ruby Bridges. So, but this picture that I'm going to show you, you should recognize, even if you have not heard anything about it, because you know people don't like talking about Black folks. But as I said, if people like her had to live it, then we need to discuss it. All right, give me one quickie second. That's that and that. All right. Have y'all seen this picture? I can't make it any bigger. Okay, let me get off this page. Let me try this one. Replace. All right. Do y'all recognize this picture? Y'all have had to sing this somewhere. This is Little Ruby Bridges. So we're back. Jesus. Okay, we back. So let me get my screen back again. All right, here we go. Here's 1 second. Can y'all hear me? See, that's God blocking it, trying to block it. Not God, that's the devil trying to block it. It's the devil trying to block it. But it ain't gonna work. We're gonna talk about Miss Bridges. I'm getting annoyed, but let me just do this. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Screen share. Mute myself. Okay, let me just speak this all along. This is so annoying. Okay. Can y'all hear me? You said too low. The sound is low. I don't know what's going on with this. Let me see. All right. Okay, what about now? Okay, sound clear? And then I'm hearing myself in my headphones. Let me see. Is I got on here? That's something I got to throw and get rid of. I don't know. But I'm gonna just do this real quick because you said I'm still low. Okay, I will save it for the next time because it's not working. So you said no sound? Okay. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. You said no sound. You said it's better? Okay. Okay. Let me just do that. I can hear myself in my headphones. It's annoying me. Okay, sound now. Awesome. All right. Let me finish this real quick and then we can go off and dance into the sunset. Okay. So Bridget's father didn't want him to go or her to go, but her mother, because it's always the women, we always the warriors. The mom felt strongly that the move was needed not only to give her daughter a better education, but to take this step forward for all African American children. So mom convinced the father to uh, go to the school. So, so a court order was issued for the first day of integrated schools in New Orleans on Monday, November the 14th, 1960, and was commemorated by the Norman Rockwell painting that you may have seen that was actually in the Cosby Show. It was on the wall. It was a little picture of a little girl walking in a white dress with some um, soldier, not soldier, well, yeah, like some men with the little armbands. That was Ruby Bridges. Um, okay, let me see my map. As Bridges described it, she said that driving up, she could see a crowd. Living in New Orleans, she thought it was Mardi Gras, but there was a large crowd of people outside of the school. They were throwing things at her and shouting, and but of course that happens in Mardi Gras. So, former U.S. Deputy Marshal Charles Burks recalled that she showed a lot of courage. She never cried. She didn't whimper. She just marched like a little soldier, and we're all very proud of her. So, as soon as Bridges entered the school, white parents pulled their own children out of the school. All the children except for one, refused to teach her to teach, period, while a black child was enrolled. Only one person agreed to teach Bridges, and that was Barbara Henry from Boston, Massachusetts. And for over a year, Henry taught Ruby Bridges alone, as if she was teaching a whole class. So that first day, Bridges and her mom spent the entire day in the principal's office. The chaos of the school prevented their moving to the classroom until the second day. On the second day, however, a white student broke the boycott and entered the school when a 34-year-old Methodist minister, Lloyd Anderson Foreman, walked his 5-year-old daughter, Pam, with the angry mom, saying, "I simply want the privilege of taking my child to school." Later, other white parents began bringing their children, and the protest began to subside. Bridges remained the only child in her class, and she would until the following year. Every morning, as Bridges walked to school, one woman would threaten to poison her, while another held up a black baby doll in a coffin. This led U.S. Marshals to dispatch to oversee her safety, to allow Bridges to eat the food that she brought from home, and she was not allowed to participate in recess. Let me see. Bridges' family did suffer for their decision to send her to this all-white school. Her father lost his job as a gas station attendant. The grocery store the family shopped at would no longer let them shop there. Her grandparents, who were sharecroppers in Mississippi, turned off their land, and that caused the husband and the wife, her parents, to be separated. Bridges has noted that many others in the community, both black and white, showed support in a variety of ways. Some white families continue to send their children to school despite the protests. A neighbor provided her father with a new job, and local people babysat, watched the house as protectors, and walked behind the federal marshal's car on trips to school. It was not until Bridges was an adult that she learned that the immaculate clothing she wore to school in those first weeks were sent to her by a relative of Cole's. Bridget said her family had never afforded dresses, socks, and shoes. They were documented in photographs of her escort by the U.S. Marshals to and from school. So again, Bridges is still alive. She is 70 something. She's 70, a little bit younger than my parents. She's still alive. It is not desegregation happened in my mother's life. We are one generation away, just one generation away. Well, it's important that we Just these things. Is that we learn our history, not to make anybody feel bad, but to see where we've come and how much further that we can go together. Here's another, let me find another picture of Ruby going to school just to get an education. Here's a picture of the mob. Find some pictures of the mob. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Let me get to that real quick. Let me. And no, that's not it. That's it. So this is what she had to go to school with every day. Say segregation, vote states' rights. I know y'all done heard states' rights before. All we want is a clean white school. This is what she went to school with every day. So anyway, provide that little snippet. From what I have heard, though, some of the children she became acquainted with and friends with, and they apologized to her for that behavior. But you know, racism and intolerance is all the way learned. Little children do not pick this up by themselves. They have to be taught this. And so we want to have our kids better than the way we've had it. So anyway, like I said, this is where we've come in spite of. Anyway, I want to thank you all for hopping up tonight to wish me a happy birthday. Stop. Wish me a happy birthday. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening. I am going to come and do some more content soon. I'm going to, what's her name? Sade Robinson, because I can definitely provide some stories about online dating and the few times that I could have got my crazy behind killed, being naive and young. What else we got? Yeah, I still need to do something. We'll worry about that later. I'll be back soon. So you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for coming by. Have a great, wonderful evening. I love you. Mwah! All right. And the last thing that I'm going to say to y'all is drum please, if I can get there. I sure miss my StreamYard. There we go. I miss my StreamYard so badly. And then, no, I'm not. Here we go. Video storage. And yeah. Drums, please.
Drums, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have had a great time tonight. We have truly enjoyed ourselves, and we would like to thank you for being a part of the show and coming to visit this platform. Live on